Welcome to part 5 of Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, and now we're going to finish off episode Gladio by going through the third trial before Gilgamesh, which is Inanduru. Inanduru is very familiar to those who've played 15, because that is the wall that is in Castlemark trying to kill you. So you're going to be surrounded by soldiers of fortunes, and you're going to beat them up, and while you do, you'll have to make an opening so that you'll be able to grab a pillar right over there and beat up Inanduru and make the battle faster. That's the only way. Oh, and by the way, Inanduru will poison you. There is no antidote to this game. I've already mentioned this at least twice in the last part. So on that note, make sure you have healing on the ready, because the potions does not cure, that's what I'm saying, the potions does not cure poison. A poison will eventually wear off, but still, at least it'll eventually wear off by the time you get to 1, and if you do and an Enduro hits you, well, you'll have to heal yourself with the Phoenix down. On that note, let's grab something big and smack him with it. There we go. He's almost down. Just need a couple of more hits on him. And booyah! Inanduru is dead, and that was the third to last trial. Oh, and now we have to do cleanup duty. Oh, by the way, after the second trial in the last part, we ended up learning the attack known as Maelstrom. And not to mention, we can now hit Gilgamesh in the actual battle with him. Oh, by the way, this is Maelstrom. If you have Gladio and you go through chapter 13, verse 2, Maelstrom will be available to you if you've beaten episode Gladio. But if you haven't, it won't be available to you. But if you go to the menu, it won't be available to you either. So I just want to point that out to you. Nonetheless, the monsters in all the episodes, I just want to point out, do not respawn. So if you're trying to grind for items or trying to grind for stuff, that is especially aggravating with episode Ignis, then guess what? You're not going to be able to grind like talking about it. Oh, and by the way, for some reason, my God, what the hell? Hold on. Sorry about that. I thought my recording was lagging for a second there. That's why I was so angry. But now it's back to normal. Alright. Time for the final sword. Time for us to get ready to face the final challenge. Because he's there. And he's waiting. And once we're in there, once we get to the final chamber, there's no turning back.
Yeah, easier said than
No, literally, there's no turning back. And Core is not going to be there to help you. You are going to be on your own, by yourself. But seeing as how Inanduru is the final chamber. Oh, actually, that's not the final chamber. That's not the test chamber. This is a test chamber, I thought for a second there. Inanduru just blocked the way to this chamber. This is the final test. So now we have to defeat Humbaba. By the way, Humbaba actually is exclusive to this stage. And Humbaba is not that easy, folks. I'm making it look like it's easy. It may be uneasy, but it's not. Humbaba is going to cut your health down to size. I mean, you can dodge, you can use your shield to attack, but sometimes Humbaba will pierce your shield. Even if you have Ramen, you're probably going to still do minimal damage because of the fact that Humbaba is only going to be more, it's going to be more effective if you do blindside attacks, and also if your rage builds up. But once your rage builds up, then it'll be all but over. But by the way, there is pillars too. So when he slams his sword into the ground and you're not in the way, you can just grab a pillar and beat him upside the head with it. Pillars will actually make this whole entire fight go real fast. However, Gilgamesh doesn't have pillars, and neither does Core. So yeah, having to deal with the fact that you are at low level, hurting Humbaba. And yeah, there'll be times that Humbaba will be stationary. I mean, I'm hurting him badly because of the fact that I am just stringing combos together. But if I wanted to actually end this fight quickly, I could have grabbed the post while it's standing there. That's the only thing that makes it easy. It sometimes stands there, thinks about its next move. And when it does things like that and doesn't connect, you just grab a pillar and beat the crap out of him. And now, after we've defeated Humbaba, now we can go to the final sanctum. So let's grab that jewel there.
Now naught but the final trial awaits you.
Alright. Maybe we could prove the voices wrong. Maybe we could prove all the voices of the fallen that we could take down Gilgamesh.
Nice work.
We now are able to deal significant damage to Gilgamesh. So we might as well take our time, camp, and save while we can. And by the way, if you die, you will start here at the camp. So make sure that you save. Otherwise, you'll start all the way back to your last save point, and that's after you've beaten Bandersnatch. So on that note, you're automatically going to be eating cup noodle, and of course you'll be asking Core some questions. So there's a cutscene afterwards.
Well, what about you? I want to know what was going through your head back then.
You that interested in me?
I mean, you were a lot younger than I am.
And a lot brasher, too, if you can believe it. Wouldn't listen to a single word anyone said. I thought I was invincible. No one could stop me. Until he cut me down to size. I was cast out in defeat, my hubris laid bare for all to see. You really are immortal, they said. And it stuck.
That's rough. Still, you made it back alive. Something no one else has ever done. And I respect that.
So the only reason Core the Immortal is because of the fact that despite doing significant damage to Gilgamesh's arm, i.e. by cutting it off, he practically ran away from the fight and lived to see another day. So that's why he's called the Immortal. Although he can never best Gilgamesh in battle, he can best anyone else.
You lack his conviction.
I.e. Loki. So, yeah. And I never liked that part where every time you try to pick up an item, you're jumping. That is so aggravating. Beyond aggravating. They could have mapped that to a different button. And I still say that to this day. And you think they'd do that as a last hurrah before they end World Edition, but no, they don't. And now we're here.
Clarus would have tried to stop you, you know. Just like he tried to stop me. All those years ago.
How come?
Because one aspiring to the role of King's Shield can stake his life for none but his liege. Not even for himself. Do you dare risk all for naught in return? His words stayed with me. And he was right. I barely made it back with nothing to show for it.
So you gonna stop me?
No, I won't. But I will warn you one last time of the danger you're about to face. Just like your father warned me. Once you set foot through that door, there's no turning back. And no one to help you if you fall. One false step and it may prove your last.
I'll be fine. Maybe I'll come back with a souvenir.
Just come back alive. Be safe, Gladio.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to stand tall. Because we're going one-on-one with Gilgamesh, which is practically the entirety of the part. It's not really that long. I mean, I could brute force it on easy, but on normal? No. You better collect a lot of items.
I'm here.
Brandishing your brute force.
Yeah. Let's see if you can handle it.
Alright, we're here. Gilgamesh himself. Although he doesn't have any ridiculous tricks like level poisoning or level turning to stone or level death or something like that. No. He's just pretty much simple. Counter, move, and dodge. Oh, and also for the player to remember, you're not playing as Noctis. You don't warp strike and you never will. Unfortunately, I have not got that into my thick skull, or at least past me didn't. So I'm going to be brute forcing this with potions, which, by the way, I missed the timing of. So if he's out of your way, if he's out of your reach, that's all well and good. You can use your shield to block his deadly attacks, but be warned, he will break your damage. He will break your guard with enough damage. That's what I'm trying to say. However, Maelstrom will work just fine.
Blind reliance on strength alone reveals your weakness of will. Countless disappointments met their end here. And so shall you.
No. I didn't come here to die. I came here to prove to you I'm worthy.
I just noticed that despite Gladio has enough power to actually hurt Gilgamesh, Gladio has, if I'm not mistaken, the Hard Edge. Which, by the way, is a very weak sword. I just realized that shit. Yeah, I was wondering why Gladio wasn't doing too much damage. That's probably why. Oh, and by the way, there is times he's going to jump up into the air and slash you from behind. Be careful about that. And by the way, Shockwave 2. That can be rather annoying as well. Oh god, he switched to the rapier. Yeah, he's in the rapier form, so your strikes are not going to do much damage. And he will take several hits from a combo. So all you need to do is guard him. And it'll actually raise up your rage meter. And once your rage meter is up at full, that's when you're able to do some actual damage to him. But be warned, he's got another phase. Just parry him with your shield. Oh god, I can't believe he struck me from behind, but I can't believe I parried. Well, it's always nice to hit the X button, I suppose. But now for the second phase, right about now.
You are strong, yet so long as fear binds your heart, the power you possess is wasted on you.
Alright, it's time for us to go round 2 with Gilgamesh, meaning we're going to have to wear down his health again. And if you lost most of your items in the first half, you're not going to stand a chance in the second half. You'll have to do this all over again. especially since Gilgamesh strings up combos really quickly. And for the record, this kinda is fake difficulty because of the fact that you got a basic shield and a base, and I think the hard edge, which isn't really that strong. No, nowhere near as strong as Dominion, of that I'm certain. Dude, Dominion would have tore this guy's... Seriously, Dominion would have tore this guy a new asshole. But the attacks you need to watch out for is that one right there, where you need to just try to block him when he's doing his dual-wielding attacks. Another thing you need to watch out for with Gilgamesh, and this one is important, is sword slashes that you saw earlier, which that actually could take 2 to maybe 5 hits. Because see, the slash is a strike. The wave is also a strike. And so is the second slash and the second wave. Well, at least I'm doing good with the parries thus far. Oh, and I spoke too soon. Well, at least we know how Gladio got the scar in his eye. Ooh. Well, above his eye, anyway. He at least can still see out of both of his eyes. Okay, that was kind of rude to Ignis. Anyway, you gotta time your block carefully, and when you do, bear in mind that this guy's second sword can actually pierce your I was about to say pierce your guard. That's right, that's what I meant to say. So, you saw me losing health, and by the way, rage mode. It actually will come in. Oh god, watch out! That one move that he did would have been insta-kill. And woof, that was just something else. But don't worry, we've got this. Oh, he just brought my rage up to ×4. Let's just, well, heal first. And bear in mind one thing, if the rage is ×3 or ×4, I'm going to be doing a lot of damage to him. As you can see, the more Gladio's rage increase, the more powerful he becomes. Remember this, folks, for when you block.
I kneel before no man! Not exactly the souvenir I had in mind. It took me a while, but I realized something. You're right. I am afraid. Afraid of accepting the fact that maybe I'm not really cut out for the job I'm expected to do. But hey, at least I'm not walking away empty-handed. I'd better get going. I may be all muscle and no metal, but I'm gonna keep protecting Noct the only way I know how.
Spoken like a true shield of the king. Fear and doubt beget
God damn it, upload! Seriously?
yield call. But you, having made peace with your inner self, have proven you are worthy. The chosen king should be so fortunate as to have a man like yourself serving at his side.
You mean...
And with this glaive, I entrust my power to you.
Where did you...
Taken from the young man who impressed me with his strength of will. It was with this very blade he stole from me my arm.
But... I can't accept this.
If he still walks among the living, a man of his mettle will have doubtless transcended attachment to mere material possessions.
You're probably right. In that case, don't mind if I do.
Now, hasten forth, with mind unclouded by doubt and will unmoved by fear. The last king of Lucis is ill fit to fight without his shield.
Thanks again.
And thus, the Ramenslayer was born, and he totally forgot about Hard Edge. Nonetheless, we're done with episode Gladio.
You made it.
Sure did.
And so quickly. I'm impressed.
Brought this back with me too. Figured you might get a kick out of it.
I wondered where I put that thing. Keep it. Makes for a better souvenir than that scar.
You know, he mentioned he lost his arm in battle with a real hot-headed young guy back in the day.
That's so.
Whoever it was left a lasting impression on him. Talked about how the guy had the strongest will he'd ever seen.
Takes more than will to complete the trial. You need to wield your weapon with a primal finesse. If you fail to prove your might, you get cast out empty-handed.
I don't know. He didn't seem to think the guy would let it bother him. Said the guy's too old to care about material things anymore. If he's still alive.
Gladio.
Huh?
I hope you feel more confident in light of your success today. Few men can lay claim to such an accomplishment. Not even Kor the Immortal.
Yeah, but I didn't earn myself a badass nickname like he did. Still, I'm glad I went through with it. I can finally say I'm truly ready to fulfill my duty.
Good.
Well, I guess this shield better mosey on back to his king. Wouldn't want him to get scared without me.
So that's how you got it.
What do you think?
Very perpendicular. Really complements the one you got when you saved Nock from that bully.
Yeah. Only difference is, this time, I ended up taking a pretty bad beating too.
Not unlike the licking the Marshal received back when he was a lad.
Must have had a lot of guts to go up against Gilgamesh back then.
Yeah, Dad said he used to be a real firecracker.
The more you know.
If the Blade Master sequestered himself during the Founder King's reign, then he's haunted those halls for some 2 millennia.
That's a long time.
All those years waiting for the chosen king to arrive. You sure know how to take your sweet old time.
What can I say? I'm worth the wait.
Give me a break!
And I as well.
Just because you got a shield to protect you now doesn't mean you get to slack off. But if you do, I'll be ready.
And with that, we are done with episode Gladiolus. Doesn't matter which difficulty you beat this on, you will still get this commemorative certificate of completion. Not to mention, you'll get the Genji Blade, you'll get the Glaive Arts, you'll get Final Trial, and also Time Attack. Or I should say attack mode. Or still, score attack mode. That's what it is. I thought it was time trial. Never mind that. But dual wield is basically Maelstrom, but when you press Y in the middle of doing a combo, you'll end up doing exactly what Gilgamesh did and do more damage. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take a break between episodes because the next episode would be Ignis. However, I decide before we do Ignis, we gotta go fishing because the Royal Edition has introduced fishing. So I'll see you guys next time on Final Fantasy XV.